StreamYard dash. Skip to
Okay.
pause button. End stream.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the Two Real Chicks podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Aisha.
And I am Aaliyah, also known as the realist, but she don't like me saying that, so I guess I'll say
So today's topic started by social media going crazy once again because school supplies. It's time to go back to school. The parents don't want to do it. They ain't gonna do it, and they damn sure ain't doing it for your kids. Okay.
adjust your
So,
sound so they can hear you better.
huh?
Adjust your sound so they can hear you better. You sound like you're a little muffled.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So on social media, there was a mom that went viral because said she got 5 kids. I ain't gonna do it. And she made some good arguments. I'm not gonna lie. But as someone that does work in the education field, I know that there is a need for school supplies with the current government, who's in office right now. It's 2025. Come on, y'all. Who's in office right now, a lot of budget cuts are happening. Okay, budget cuts hit us. We didn't think it was gonna affect us in no way, shape, or form, but y'all, they're not giving us shirts this year, and we love their shirts. So I am on the side of the teachers. I get it, I understand it, but Leah, what do you think? And after you tell your piece, we'll play this video from the first video that I saw with the viral mom.
I think that it doesn't hurt. Now, if you don't have it to give, that's one thing. We're not going
Mhm.
to bash you because you don't have it. But my thing is with the people who have it to give, right? You can buy what is it to buy extra pack of pencils or two or three or two a couple extra packets of paper. You know what I'm saying? Like the school supply list, a lot of that stuff is recommendations. Some of it is required. They need
Mhm.
folders, they need binders. They don't, it's not a necessity necessarily that they get sanitizer or Kleenex. Like they're not gonna fail because they don't have things to blow their nose and sanitize their hands with. But the arguments that a lot of parents have always made ever since this is not a new conversation. It's been going on ever since we were in school.
Since when before well, I guess since after they went from reading, writing, and arithmetic and real things were actually starting to be
Like
teached.
this is the conversation that's been happening. So I just feel like there's a whole other underlying reason why I feel like people just aren't doing this anymore, and we'll get into that a little bit more later. But I just feel like, what is the harm if you can afford to do it to just buy a little bit extra? Because you're helping out that mom who has 5 kids who can only afford to buy the bare minimum.
Yep.
You know,
I saw a video of a mom today and she was like she spent altogether $50. But she had her son's camp ended up giving her a $20 gift card to Target. Then she went on Amazon to finish up buying the binders that were out of stock at the store, and she ended up spending $13 over there. But she had this $20, gift card plus these rewards that she ended up getting on Amazon. All together, she would have spent 50. But she was basically saying in her video, it's like, you know, the back to school drives are out there. There's avenues for your kids to get help, and depending on how many kids you got and the level of I don't like saying the word poverty, but like if you're on the poverty line or lower, they will give you help with the trustee.
their financial status, basically.
Yeah, I know. Growing up, my mom, before she started working on the home health aid like area, we weren't getting extra stuff. It was like you getting just enough, and that's it. Like, be happy with that. And I feel like it definitely depends on how many kids you have. It definitely depends on if you have it financially. And
Yeah,
I don't even think the argument at this, I think me and Aaliyah can both agree on the argument isn't if the parent can afford it. It's not about the money part. It's really about how hard these parents are going, saying they're not helping because they just don't want to. But their
yeah.
kid comes to school with the hottest of the hottest and they don't be the smartest.
And yeah, and it's about the argument here is about priority
Yeah.
and less about affordability. Because when y'all buying this shit, let's be for real. When you're buying it, you're already getting it at a discount anyway.
Yeah.
You're
Like a
not
major discount.
you're not paying $3 for a pack of leaf notebook bound paper.
Yeah.
You're paying 25 cents, probably 75 cents now because inflation.
Yeah.
Harrison shit. But you're probably paying a 75 cent. You're probably paying 50 cent for folders. A lot of these stores, I live downtown, sorry for the noise. A lot of these stores are going back to prices that they had last year for
Yeah.
school supplies. School supplies are generally affordable if you catch them at the right time. And hell, the $1.25 tree is always around. So nobody said that you had to get the name brand or the top, the top of the top. But shit, if you're gonna spend $100 on a pair of shoes for your kid, what is it to spend a few extra dollars on a name brand pencil or a name brand sanitizer?
And if the kid is elementary age, buying overpriced shoes is unnecessary because
Unnecessary.
they grow so fast.
And it's gonna mess up. They shoes gonna be talking to them.
Yeah.
They're gonna be walking
Yeah.
through fifth grade graduation right alongside. Yeah, we both getting our degree,
Yeah.
our award. Like it's just I don't know. Sometimes I look at parents, and I can speak to this because I'm the auntie who actually will help and has
Yeah.
contributed to another parent's child's needs. But even if
Hmm.
I wasn't, I feel like I still have room to speak on it. I be seeing a lot of parents. You see a lot of parents, and you really wonder like where their mind is. And it's just like, even if you don't do it for them, do it for everybody else. Make sure your kid is straight, because a lot of them be sending their kids to school. The ones that's got Jordans on can barely read at their grade level.
For real.
And
But
that's
no, every rap lyric by NBA Youngboy, Playboy
yeah.
Cardi, priorities now. Priorities. I think let's pivot and get into this video. The first video, and y'all can kind of make your own opinions. Now, if you're watching this visually on YouTube, we're going through some stuff right now with the streaming platform that we're using, but it'll get fixed soon. Don't worry, don't worry. But anyways, here we go. I have one more thing that is if you got.
So I'm going to say this.
Can you hear this?
Since no other parent is saying it. And I'm definitely qualified because I have 5 children. I have 2 sets of twins and a teenager. I'm a parent who does not buy school supplies. Yeah, you heard me right. I do not buy school supplies. And let me tell y'all why. For one instance, I buy all these school supplies for my kids. They take some of it to school, and the teachers take all of the supplies and tell the kids don't write their names on it. What? That's supplies that I want my kids. And no offense, I'm not trying to share with no other kids. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to share. Okay. And this was before the economy got bad. I bought it just for my kids. Okay. Another bad experience I had with school supplies. My daughter took the school supplies to school. It wasn't the brand that the teacher wanted. So she still took the school supplies from my child, put it up, and said, no. You're going to use the brand that I bought. Okay, cool. Then you buy school supplies. Okay? I won't send nothing. I won't send nothing at all. Okay? You don't got to worry about this parent right here. I won't send nothing.
Hold on, I'm gonna pause right there. So, as somebody that works in education, when a teacher asks for a certain brand, it's because we vetted out other brands. And it's like a toothpaste. If you know that you don't like toothpaste that has a lot of peppermint in it, you're not going to buy peppermint toothpaste anymore. If you know that you don't want your child to drink red dye juice, you're going to avoid Kool-Aid. Okay. So if they're telling you don't get a certain brand, or they put on the list this specific brand, try to get it, because there's store name brands that are just like the name brands. It's the exact same ingredients into the product that they're making, but it's for a reason. There's certain glue sticks that a mom had bought last school year that literally after the first use dried up. And the actual name brand, you know what I'm saying? Like the actual name brand, I don't remember the name of this. It has like the orange cap, it's white. Yeah. It works. It lasts damn near the whole school year. And we make a lot of crafts, especially K-6. There's a lot of crafts that happens there. So if a teacher's asking for that brand, please just buy the damn brand.
Another point to her point, right? I bought this for my kids. I'm not gonna share it. Don't put your name on it. Let's be for real.
Mm-hmm.
You send your kids to school, backpack loaded down. Backpack
Mm-hmm.
gonna weigh more. That is the heaviest that backpack is going to be, more than
Yeah.
likely, for
Yep.
the duration of the school year. Because when they come
Mm-hmm.
home, it's gonna be light as a feather. It's gonna feel like it was when you bought it at the store, right? Let's
Yeah.
be for real. And that's not to say that your kids don't do no homework, but come on now.
You don't
The,
provide other things to put in there.
the teachers say don't put your name on it. Your
Mm-hmm.
kids probably gonna go through a pencil. Let's be logical about this for a second. How long does a pencil usually last a child?
Probably a month, if that.
A
If
month
that.
of that, right?
Yeah.
You're sending your kids to school with 3 4 packs of pencils, when really they're probably gonna go through about half a pack
Mm-hmm.
at best, right? You're probably gonna be alternating between, because you're gonna have one pencil, but you're gonna have a couple more just in case you lose one, or that one ends up, becoming a, because the more you sharpen the pencil, the shorter it get.
Yep.
So that's number one. They
And
don't
then
need
if they write hard too, they gonna keep breaking the lid.
they don't
Yeah.
need that. They don't need that. And then another thing too, y'all be trying to buy these. Sorry for the noise. Y'all be trying to buy these mechanical pencils
Mm-hmm.
for these kids. No, get them some regular pencils.
Number twos,
Number two
we ask for
pencils.
them.
Number two pencils. Because what you're doing, what teachers are trying to prevent. They already know that it costs a lot of money anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to prevent you from having to spend money you say you ain't got.
Yep.
Just get the regular pencils. Your kids don't need to be um with the hottest of the hottest schools, as long as it's right.
And then the pencils that have like Hannah Montana, JoJo Siwa, like like the character wrapped
They're cheaply
pencils.
made.
Yeah, they're not. The quality of the eraser is terrible because as soon as they try to erase something, it's just like making a pink or reddish color onto the paper. So we always ask, if you're gonna get that for your kid, use that for homework. Do not use that at school. We regular number two pencil is okay. And then you got parents that'll buy those glittered erasers. You can use that at home, but if you bring it to school, it's a distraction because now every kid that writes something, they're gonna want to erase. Now we're gonna have erasing scrapes every freaking where with
All
glitter
the
in it.
Yeah, no.
It's a distraction. So yeah, and then I feel like I had more to say, but I'm like I don't want to say too much. But also, I'm gonna just wait. Hold on, let's finish this video.
For instance, I used to homeschool in maybe 2020, 21, somewhere around there, when COVID was popping. Do you know the school district didn't give me anything for my homeschool program, because that's what they call it, a program. Okay, they ain't give me nothing. So since they ain't give me any,
If you're gonna homeschool your kid,
You have to provide the stuff, don't you?
yeah. If you're
Your
gonna
thing
homeschool,
kind of cutting out a little bit, and I don't know why.
I'm trying to figure out which side is the mic. Can you hear me better like this?
Yeah, but I'm not you. I'm talking about the phone. When you're playing the video on the phone, it's cutting.
Oh, it's probably too damn close. Hold on. Let's see if this
anything for my program,
is that a better distance.
I guess I wouldn't. I ain't gonna know until she start talking.
enter back into your program, I'm not buying nothing. Anything that my kids need to succeed.
Is that better?
I get it's still cutting out. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the fact that it's not actually in the stream, so audio.
Yeah. I mean, I can unplug this.
Now you cutting out. Now what's really going on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello. Okay. I'm gonna just have to hold it. But I guess to kind of wrap up what she was saying, she was going in the angle of when her kids went and did homeschooling, basically her district didn't give her anything, but I don't think that the districts are supposed to, because even though you're in the district, you have to just follow their curriculum. So it's not the same, but I know there are certain homeschool programs that you can join, will put your kids into, and you have to provide everything, but you might have to pay like a cost for the iPad that they send over. And that's the only thing they can work on, is just that particular program. So no. No. And then she was like, well, once they come back to their district, their actual school district's actual school, then they didn't help her anymore as well. It's one of those things. You have a lot of kids, they're going to public school. Public school is already free. The only time of year parents really ask for school supplies is the beginning of the year. The rest of that year, parents are paying nothing damn near. They may be replacing clothes and shoes. And there's parents that only buy the beginning of the year. The teachers are doing everything else. Like, for real. I'm just being honest, because I see it. I see it every single day. So
But even if you didn't work in education, we know what that's like, because we were kids. Like, let's be fucking for real now.
Yeah.
When we were kids, your parent, like, I know for me personally, my mom bought us stuff like new clothes the beginning of the year. We might have got something else before the year was out, but we probably had one pair of shoes the beginning of the year. Because shit, when you trying to outfit 3 kids and one of them is a growing boy, shoes get expensive.
Yeah.
So we probably had like one pair of shoes at the beginning of the year. We probably got another pair of shoes when she got her taxes. Just gonna be for real. That was Black Christmas for us. And then, that was it. And then we might have got some clothes, around the summertime or whatever. But my mom was the type of person, when she would get stuff, because we were girls, we were all around the same size, we would end up, we were able to wear it. Of course, we knew how to make it look school appropriate, but that's kind of how that went. But what her thing is, hers sounds like it's more of a, I don't want to share.
Yeah.
Situation. It's more of a, I don't want to buy what you want me to buy. I want to buy what I want to.
Yeah.
And I get the whole thing of not being able to afford certain things. So you just don't get that.
Yeah.
I don't have the money. It's not in my budget to get that brand. Okay, that's fine. So another teacher will get it. Somebody else will get that. That's another thing too. You get what's in your, what you can afford. And why is it that y'all get so upset about a teacher taking a pencil? Y'all kids ain't using a lot of these pencils anyway. A lot of y'all kids ain't even taking no notes. Like,
yeah,
it's not as big of a deal as, especially that part about don't put your name on it. Just give it to, like, I don't think it's not that big of a deal. Honestly.
Yeah. Because a lot of the times kids get to school, even if somebody else's kid's name is on something, they're swapping that shit out. Like,
yeah,
it's very rare. It is rare for kids to like keep stuff that one person may see. Oh, you got a race car on your folder. Oh, well, I got I don't know who's Bluey. I got a Bluey, folder. Well, I want Bluey. I don't want a race car, and they swap. So it's like it happens. Like, school supplies definitely gets all tangled around. So that's the first take. I guess to kind of like add into this, right? Growing up, my mom had 3 kids. And like I said earlier in the stream, she got, like, once she got into home health aid, that's when, financial things became a lot better. We were on Section 8, so she wasn't paying full price for rent. After we weren't paying full price for rent, that's when she showed out. She became that mom that, if we had a sports event, she would bring the snacks. She would take kids home. She would do all of those things, but she would let people know, I'm going to do this, but don't expect me to do extra things for your kids. Like, my mom was nice to an extent, but she's like, I still got to go feed these 3. This is mine. This their first priority.
But see, your mom had it in her to, it's a thing about being nice versus being kind, which is really why a lot of parents don't really want to do more for kids. But your mom has set a boundary to say, like, hey, but see, your mom had it to do, though. Like, your mom could afford to make sure everybody else's kids had snacks and, this and that. And I feel like that does take the burden off of other parents a little bit, especially ones who really couldn't send their kids to practice with snacks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe all they had was to get, and they probably could barely afford to put their kids in the in the league, or you know what I'm saying, in the sport, whatever
Yeah.
it's all playing. So it's like shit. If somebody else is providing the snacks for you, thank you, because that's one less thing on my plate that I have to worry about. And you know what I'm saying? Your
Yeah.
mom had that to do, but also it's one of the things where it's just like, look, now I'm doing this for your kids, but at the end of the day, y'all got to come with something too. But that was the
Yep.
whole thing about it being a group effort. Whatever your mama didn't do, somebody else picked up. It's like, okay, well, if she buying snacks, then
Hmm.
I can help out with carpool. I can bring somebody's kids back to their house, or I can, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's a team effort type thing.
Yeah. So do you feel like the village was ever real, or was it like something we just thought we all had growing up at some point in time? Like, do you think those villages still exist today?
I think they do exist, but I think that the thing with today is that, especially when it comes to kids, when we were younger, anybody could discipline us, right? Within
Yeah.
reason, of
Yeah,
course.
within reason for sure.
Within reason, right? My mama had a friend, and she used to say, "Look, if you don't want your kids getting the whooping, don't bring around me.
Hmm.
Because over here, when your kid do something wrong, they know they ain't got no business. They getting their ass whooped over here. I don't
Yeah.
play. I'm not gonna play with no kids. I told you not to do it. You did what you wanted to do. So now you got to. That's the consequence. Do I believe in whooping kids every single time? No,
Yeah.
because everything doesn't deserve that. But teach his own. Okay, cool.
Hmm.
Whatever person didn't believe in whooping their kids, they just didn't bring them over there. But most kids was over at that lady house, so apparently people didn't have no problem with it because everybody did the same thing at home.
Yeah.
Um, but like I think that back then, when if anybody needed something and it was a genuine need, yeah, everybody would help.
Yeah.
Everybody would help out. If they knew that there was something that somebody else just couldn't provide, or they just weren't good at doing it or whatever, and they could do it, they just pitched in.
Yeah.
Wherever one person was slacking, somebody else could pick it up. Then vice
Yeah.
versa. I think today people are very particular and very picky about what they want the village, but they don't want everything that comes with it. They don't
Yeah.
want anybody to be able to say anything to their kids, which is why kids are disrespectful to teachers today. They don't want people to be able to call them out when they're not being, when they're doing wrong by their kids. They
Yeah.
only want the village to come through when it looks good. You want Only thing you want me for is to buy you something, buy your
Hmm.
kids something, or to come and just take your kids out to do things. You want me to do all the stuff that makes it where you can post pictures on social media like, thank God for my village.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what a village entails. A village is when you're slacking or when you can't do it, be it when you can't be there to, fully be available to your kids emotionally, physically, whatever. That's when the village steps in and takes over. When you ain't there to discipline your kids, and I know it's a lot of stuff that they do you wouldn't go for, that's when the village is supposed to step in. I think it's
Hmm.
always real. I think somewhere along the way, we um I think we as a generation, when I say we, I mean like younger Gen Z and, younger millennials and Gen Z and older millennials. I think we became a little bit too aware, too hypercritical of a lot of the stuff that our parents were doing and stuff like that. And somewhere
Hmm.
along the way, I feel like community kind of got lost in there because a lot of stuff that they were doing, they did it out of community, or
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Okay,
Yeah.
I feel like I was long winded, but yeah.
So one of our questions that we had wrote down was, is it fair to expect more from parents? I would say it is fair to expect more from them, because it's like, if you don't care about the quality of education that your kid is getting, or if you don't care about the quality of what your kid looks like when they go out into the world, because they are not, a reflection of you. um that's it's not even like a blurry, fuzzy line to look at, because if you want your child to go and do the best and be the best that they can, you have to provide those things for them. Whether
Yeah.
that be you provide the extra pack of paper, the extra pack of pencils, whether or not you put them in a club that's actually going to make them go further in their education so that they can learn a skill, so that by the time they do graduate high school, they have some type of direction. I don't think it's unfair to expect more from a parent when they should want more for their kid. And if you are the parent that the school knows, oh, they're never going to get anything. They're never going to provide anything. Not because you ain't got it, but because you got that mindset of like, if it ain't my kid, then I don't care. That's not fair, because if no one helps, that means the kids are lacking a part of, that education, or a part of those skills they could be getting extra of. They can't get that because there's no community, there's no village. You know how like you'll be for Girl Scouts, for instance. I know a lot of people, they can care less, about helping the Girl Scouts if they see those little girls with the cookies, because they expensive as fuck. They're like $6.50.
Yeah, they used to be like $4 or $5.
Girl, they was like $2.50. That they were.
No, it was at one point.
$6.50. It's crazy as fuck. I this year bought 3 boxes and I capped myself, okay? Because I was like, I like the person, not like in a romantic way, right? The teacher that I worked with last school year, his daughter was a Girl Scout. Well, is a Girl Scout. I was like, oh God, I'm supporting the youth. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is for a good cause. And I loved being able to know that this little girl got to hit the top. Because of our school, she ended up hitting the top sales for her Girl Scout ranking thing, whatever. I don't really know the logistics, but I just know she hit the top within 30 minutes of him sending out that email. And I'll say this, if it wasn't for the community, if it wasn't for the village, she wouldn't have gotten that opportunity that she got after she won the highest ranking of sales. So the village is important. You can't say, well, I'm going to do this, but I'm not going to do this. Well, why not? You're already halfway there. You might as well do it. So I just like seeing the kids win. In any aspect, from the smallest thing to the littlest thing. And I know growing up for myself, child, the village was needed. Okay. My mama, at times, she needed somebody to just come get them damn kids, because we were a lot.
Yeah, overwhelmed.
We was eating up all that goddamn food, okay? You know how messed up it is. You come home from work and you done put on some stuff in the crock pot. By the time you get home, you take your shower, you ready to eat, ain't nothing in there for you.
Oh, I would have beat y'all ass.
And that's what was going down.
I would have beat y'all ass, because you know what? Y'all not that goddamn hungry.
All y'all did was went to damn school and sit down.
I would have crashed out so bad. I think that, like you said, it is fair to expect more from a parent, because at the end of the day, teachers are not the parents. Are they like a second parent? Yeah, because I'm going to see you more than you will see your child. So I'm going to get to know more about your child than you will, especially because they're in a different environment.
Yeah.
Your child is not the same person with you that they are with me.
Yeah.
With that being said, though, a lot of a child's personality, a lot of a child's habits, actually not even a lot, all of a child's habits for the most part, everything starts at home, because their parents are the first people that they see when they wake up in the morning, and the last people that they see when they go to bed at night. And it's only when they start getting exposed to other people, other kids, that you don't become their only influence, but you are one of the main influences. And I think that when you start showing that you don't care about their education, it trickles down to them.
And they can see it. They can feel it.
Yeah, kids are very intuitive. Like, I think somewhere along the way, they kind of lose that intuition the older we get, because we start second guessing. But as kids, we're very intuitive, and we can tell when somebody genuinely cares.
Yeah.
And when somebody doesn't care at all. When somebody likes us and when they don't. Kids aren't crazy. They're not making that up. They can tell. Yeah. And I think it's the same thing with this whole education situation. I know people kind of think like, what do school supplies have to do with a child's education? A lot. When you don't have the ability to be able to take the notes, or when you don't have a folder or a piece of paper to write on, or you know what I'm saying, nobody thought enough of you to be able to send you to school with at least the bare minimum. And yeah, they do have back to school drives. When we went to when we were kids, now I don't know why I even was participating, because I'm blind as a motherfucker, and I use folders, yes, but why
Lee was like, I want them pencils.
Why
Put some pencil in my bag.
I think I wanted to feel like I wanted to be a part of something. Because why was I using pencils and crayons and markers and color pen. I need color pencils and I need girl, you don't need nothing.
Leah gonna be making them damn dots. She talking about some all these pencils.
You don't need that. Like I just want to be a part of something. See what I'm saying? When you don't know yourself. No, I'm just playing.
Mm-hmm.
But they have the back to school drives that parents can go to
and you're not capped to just going to the one in your district. That is something that I wish people stop spreading on the internet. You're not capped to only that one. You can go to one literally on the opposite side of town.
Yes, and that's the thing. Like, but the thing with the back to school drives though is that because they're expecting such a large quantity of people, or because of their limited amount of donations that they got, they're not giving you a book bag full of shit.
Not no more.
They're not giving you that. Like, depending on which ones you go to, you might get like a little binder, a folder, a pencil, maybe a pack of pencils, and a couple highlighters. Yeah. And they're rationing it out by grade, because when you think about it, the older you get, the more stuff you need.
Yeah, that's true. I remember my middle school year, I had to get my first like big girl calculator, like them big ones that got all the extra, symbols and stuff like that on it.
The scientific ones.
My mama was pissed because I wanted the pink one. Everything in my backpack that was school supplies related was all pink, and she was like a good sport about it, but she really wasn't at the same time. And I got it. I don't think I ever used that calculator.
And to that point, and then we get into the next video. I do understand the whole thing of buying school supplies and never use them, because it's like, what is the probability of them actually using it? I'm not gonna buy that. I'm not gonna waste my money on that, and I know you never gonna touch it. No. It's gonna stay in the pack. Like I'm just, whatever.
It's going to waste. Hold on, let me pull up the other video. Did I swipe out of TikTok? Okay, no, I did. Hold on, I gotta take my headphone out. Un momento. I don't know which side my microphone is on. I gotta figure that out. Can you hear me better like this or like this?
I can hear you either way, but one of them, you sound closer when you like that.
Like this?
Yeah, you said you too far up on the mic.
Okay. That's good to know. Because I didn't know what side it was on.
Because you breathing in and you all like, can you hear me better? It's giving Verizon. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now? Good.
Oh my God.
So, okay, this second video, I think the first one more is on the side of like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm get somebody else to do it. It's one of those.
Yeah.
This next one is definitely, it's like devil's advocate,
He's riding.
Yeah, she needed to pick a side for real, but whatever. We're gonna get to the way.
Most parents of today's generation of kids can't even afford to send their children back to school this year.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. Somebody got to check on the parents of these new age kids. I'm not gonna lie, times have changed, and not that school shopping wasn't already expensive before. I feel like parents of this generation are struggling with being able to provide quality back to school shopping for their children. And it's extremely hard when you have more than one child. Times have changed anyway, because parents face a lot more difficulty sending their children back to school than it was when we were coming up.
But why is that? Because I knew a mother of 5 that barely had it, and all her kids went to school, and you didn't know that they barely had it. The parents of today, it's the same shit. I don't agree with that one.
Play the video.
Do you?
Play the video.
Okay.
Kids are getting picked on because they don't have Dior shoes. Because they didn't have a spray ground or a Louis Vuitton backpack. 13-year-old girls because they don't have a Stanley Cup walking into school on their first day with a whole full face of Sephora makeup with SPF sunscreen. How expensive is back to school shopping for you this year? Are the deals even dealing for what your children actually want for going back to school?
It's not about what they want, it's what they need. It's what they need.
A whole lot of stuff we can debunk with her video, but keep going.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Parents of today's generation of kids.
Yeah, that was it. So I'm gonna say this first before I forget. Kids of today, yes, social media makes it seem like if you do not have a designer down, Fashion Nova, Dior, Louis Vuitton, if you don't have that, then you're not doing something right. But it really depends on the school that your kid goes to, because as we know, even though a kid may live in the hood, they might not have to look like they live in the hood. There's some parents that do well enough where they are affording all the things their kids want plus the needs. So that bullying is always going to be a thing. It's that, hell, the animals fight, we fight, everyone fights, everyone has those things.
But bullying is a lot worse when you don't look like everybody around you.
That's true. That's true. But also, I saw this girl's video. I think this was last school year. It's a white girl. She had very like expensive skincare routine, very expensive makeup routine. People were in the comments like, "What school do you go to? Like what? Like you got all this designer in your closet. Like how are y'all affording this?" And she's just like, "Oh, my mom's an accountant." Okay, go to school. She does these day in a life videos. She looks like she is not in the right spot. She just basically she's a target. But I'll say this, and I'll let Leah say her piece about this video. It is true. We do live in an economy, an economy where kids feel like everything they are wanting, they're going to get, they're going to need, and that's not true. As a parent, you have to make the discernment decision for you and your household who is going to get something expensive and who is not. If you know that your kindergartner is going to run them shoes to the ground by Thursday of next week, do not buy your kid a goddamn $1,000 pair of shoes, please. Like, be so for real. But if you know that you can go to Walmart and spend about $100 and everybody get a couple pairs of shoes, go to Walmart, because trust and believe, these kids is growing. They are growing, and why send them to school in something all nice and stuff when they're just gonna get dirty? They be dirty. They get me dirty. So that's my thoughts so far with that.
Here's what I will say, right? I do believe in the saying that being cheap will cost you. I believe in that wholeheartedly because it does. And so when it comes to quality, I feel like you need to be smart about the things that you invest in, okay? Because your kids are growing, or what I'm saying, you don't want to have to keep buying the same thing over and over and over again. Try, if you're going to put your money anywhere, okay, put your money into the things that they're going to be wearing every single day. Put your money into the clothes that they're going to wear. Make sure that they have nice clothes. Make sure that, because to be for real, this fast fashion, that Fashion Nova, all that stuff, it's cute, but it's polyester. And it don't last long. And you're going to put it in the washer about 2 or 3 times, and it's going to start to shrink. It's going to start to fade. And then you got to go out and spend more money. So if you're going to invest in anything at all, invest in some quality pieces of clothing. Quality don't always mean extremely unaffordable. You can go out and get a nice quality pair of pants for a boy or a girl, or a nice quality couple outfits at a decent rate. I feel like.
Between Walmart, Old Navy, Target, Dillard's, what's that? A store starts with a B, Burlington.
Yeah, like
places like that. Like you can definitely go in there and like fish through those racks and look for things for your kids. Now, and if you are watching them closely enough, hell, you can probably buy something that's like a size or 2 up just to have it.
Now I'll say this too, right? Because she said parents can't afford. Are the deals even dealing for the stuff that your kids want? That's another problem too. I understand that we are trying to heal our inner child, but at what expense?
Right.
Because like I said before, a lot of the stuff that we are doing now, it's because we're so self-aware, damn near too aware, and critical of our parents, when really they were trying to do what they could with what they had. I didn't have what I wanted. Now granted, my mom did not have to give me no long bell-bottom pants from Walmart. You didn't have to have us out here looking like that, but whatever. I had what I wanted, but I had what I needed. I had clothes, right? The thing is, kids aren't kids anymore either. Like, why does a 10-year-old need a skincare routine?
Why do they? Well, they do need a skincare routine, but they don't need drunk
But
elephant.
that's what I'm saying. Like, why do they need their skin? Your skin is not. You don't need a salicylic acid.
No.
You don't need that. Your skin, you're barely touching puberty, if that.
I would say if anything right now, a good cleanser, like a good affordable cleanser, and like you could probably even get away as a kid using the Dove beauty bars. I'm gonna be so honest.
Because your skin has not reached the point where it's starting to act crazy when you put this and that and that and this on it. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So it's like, why do they need $90 skincare routine? Why?
Yeah.
There's no need for that. Why does your kid need a Louis Vuitton book bag?
You gotta say it like the people do it for talk.
Now I understand, like, I will say this too. I went to predominantly white schools.
Mm,
So a lot of the kids that I went to school with, their parents were, from what I was told and from what it seemed like to me, shit, because y'all get name brand shit. We ain't getting that. Their
right.
parents were in a better financial position to be able to buy that for their kids. So of course it's gonna look like of course it's gonna be one of the things, like you said, it's gonna depend on where you are. When
Mm,
you don't have the top designers on, people will look at people. I mean, it's a stark indicator, a big indicator that you ain't really got it like that. Even
yeah.
though you could very well have it, your mama just don't feel like that's necessary.
Yep.
So I do feel like that. But also, um, people are saying parents don't have it to take their kids back to school, to really send their kids off to school with something. Even if you ain't got it, there's always a back to school drive somewhere that you can go to, right?
Yep.
Um,
And don't be ashamed to shop at Goodwill. I know a lot of people that go thrifting. Hell, my first stop before going to like online boutiques or going to a store where I'm buying something brand new, y'all, the clothes that y'all are buying, they at the Goodwill. The clothes y'all wanting, they're at the Goodwill. It's not the same Goodwill how back in the day we would go in there and it's like something from the 1900s. No, it's
no,
Shein is up in there. They have like name brand stuff up in there because y'all don't want it. Y'all like buying stuff and still got price tags on it and all that good stuff. So like that's my first stop. I'm gonna go there. Hell, I think last time we went, we found a Lululemon set for like $12, and that was even marked down from
you
the
know who
actual
that's
price.
the people who got money and who can afford to buy their kids that type of stuff or buy themselves that type of stuff, and they
Hmm.
don't ever wear it. It be just sitting in their closet
In the closet. Yep.
and they never ever wear it. And I be looking,
Yep.
but you got to go in the good parts of town to be for real.
For real. For
You're not
real.
finding the hood. You just not.
Yep.
But I just feel
That's
like with that whole thing, to wrap it up, like, she's trying to make it seem as though it's just oh so hard, which I'm not gonna lie, it does get expensive. School shopping can be expensive, especially when you're factoring in, we're just talking about school supplies, obviously, and that can be, to me, that's the cheapest part of it. If you're
yeah.
not trying to go all out and buy everything name brand, you know what
Because
I'm
the
saying?
you got to take into account the hairstyle for the little girl. You got to take into account the haircuts for the little boys. And hell, well, sometimes with the little girls, they be wanting extra shit. I want some lip gloss. I want some earrings. I want some bracelets. I want a neck. Like, girl, damn, you're going
I
to
just, I
school.
just feel like, as far as the school supplies go, there's no reason why a child shouldn't have,
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
that was the main, that's the main talking point that we got. It's the school supplies. Is it expensive? Hell yes, it's expensive, because you still gotta buy clothes, still gotta buy shoes, especially if they wear uniform. That's even more expensive.
Yeah.
Now it's a specific type of clothes that you gotta wear.
Mm-hmm. And
So
sometimes them shirts do be expensive as fuck. Like,
yeah.
they really do. I went to a school. I had my 8th grade year. I went to KIPP, Indianapolis College Preparatory, and we had to wear these blue shirts that had the school's logo on it and khaki pants. And you could tell every day which kid just wore the exact same shirt, exact same pants. And all of us had the same shit on pretty much. So it's like if you're bullying someone and y'all both have the same outfit on, mine's just look a little dingy or yours look a little dingy, sometimes the school would swap your stuff out, right? They'll go get you a brand new shirt. But not every school has that capability. So it's like, as a parent, if you know that you don't have enough or if you know you barely making ends meet, still like tell your kid, show your kid how to wash out their uniform, how to properly take care of their uniform so that they are not having to like have those struggles of like, oh, you look like you're dingy. Treat them, they'll teach them how to treat their stuff
But it's
from
gonna get dingy
jump.
anyway.
Huh?
It's gonna get dingy anyway. You gonna wash that thing so many times.
Yeah,
Even
but at least it'd be clean.
yeah,
It'd
but
be clean but dingy.
yeah, but I'm about to say you can't really prevent things from being dingy necessarily. I mean, the color
Hmm.
gonna fade from it anyway. You keep
Oh, you
washing it,
keep washing that rinse out, yeah.
like it's gonna be dingy anyways. But it's just like the whole the bottom line of it is there shouldn't be a reason why your child doesn't have anything when you spend all some
Okay,
anyway.
car.
When you spend all your money all summer buying them the hottest in the top, brand, you know what I'm saying? You're buying them the
Look,
best of the best of things when it's not important. So when it is important, there's no reason why your child should be struggling.
you know the kind that just reminded me of something. You know the kind of parents that piss me off. The parents that be girls tripping it up, bay vacations, and your kids go back to school and their shoes is talking worse than what they were before they left school. Listen, if you need a break, I get it. I understand, but your kids shouldn't look like they ain't your
For
kids.
years.
It should match. If your kids looking dusty, you should be looking dusty. There's no reason ever I should ever have to see that. Unless your kids' hair ain't done because they on the way to go get it done. You know what I'm saying? Like just just take care of your children. Please. We got one more video. This last video, I guess she kind of like she's on the opposing side. I'll just say that. Let's get into it, but her intro is kind of long, so please bear with us. Oh, phone locked.
I'm not buying school supplies for all those kids in that class. I did not give birth to all them kids. I'm buying school supplies for my kid and my kid only. It is not my responsibility to be buying supplies for all them kids. My income is for my household and my household only. Y'all hear how dumb that sounds? Y'all, it's a group effort. You buy the pencils and glue. She buys the scissors and construction paper. Everybody eats at the end of the day. Like, come on, y'all. Y'all waste money on frivolous things all the time. Why not invest into your child's education? Y'all spending $100 on nails, bro. Y'all spending $100 to like $500 on y'all hair. Like, y'all can't get $20. Some of y'all spend that money on drugs and alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Put $20 aside and give it to them damn kids. And if y'all want the school to get more funding so they don't have to ask y'all for shit, make sure y'all voting. Huh? Oh, okay. I am not buying school supplies for.
Definitely vote.
That last because that's where a lot of it is. A lot of it is teachers are we've been kids, so we already know teachers come out of their pockets to pay for a lot of the things that kids need, right?
Yeah, the fun shit
And
that we could do back in the days is probably because our teacher paid for
we
it.
know that the reason why they're having to do that is because they keep cutting the budget for these
Mm-hmm.
schools every single year.
Yep.
Every year the budget gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And like she said, shit, what is the harm in investing in your child's education? Even if, okay, or in another child's education. What's the harm in that?
Yep.
None. It don't. Like I said earlier, I made a video talking about it. Parents don't do it because it does not benefit them directly.
Yeah.
It's y'all. A lot of people are nice today, but people aren't kind.
No.
As a kind person, you do stuff not because you expect something from it, but because it was truly on your heart to do it. Nobody had to tell you, or you didn't have any ulterior motives. You did it because you saw a need and you wanted to fulfill it. Y'all ever hear somebody say, you ever listen to somebody talk or whatever, and like say like for example, my sister, she does hair, right? One of her clients came to get their hair done or whatever, and the client was a hairstylist herself. She had gotten her, I think she was getting like, at the time she must have had locks or something. She was doing something for somebody, and they had sent her money on Zelle, but it didn't go through it didn't go through right away. So they sent the money on Cash App. But by the time, I think it was like a weekend or something. That Monday morning, the next business day, the money from that she got sent on Zelle ended up posting. And she was like, I went on and sent him back the $500 that I had or whatever that I had already got. And he was like, I mean, why you do that? He's like, because you already sent me $500, but I just went on and sent it back because I just want to get my blessing. And it's like, you didn't send it back because it was the right thing to do. You sent it back because you are expecting something from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's the reason why a lot of parents just don't do it. It don't benefit my kids, but it does though.
Yeah.
Because you can't sit around and see whether or not they're using your pack of pencils or if they're using your glue. You don't know that.
Yeah.
Your kids is using everybody kids is using stuff. So like she said in the thing, y'all like we've been saying all along, y'all spend y'all money on unnecessary things anyway. Y'all paying $200 and $300 for nails, but then looking around trying to figure out how you're gonna get your kids' hair done.
Mm-hmm.
Spending $500 on a section at a club to go celebrate somebody's birthday or just to be out just to celebrate.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, your kids' school start tomorrow and they don't have any clothes to wear.
Yeah.
But you tripping over buying two extra packs of scissors and 3 extra glue sticks. That's probably gonna cost you $10. Okay.
As far as that village coming back, I think we still definitely have villages here. I just feel like the people that okay. I feel like the people that feel like this is something they don't want to do, I feel like they might not have had one growing up, so they don't care to do it for others. And my mom, though I might have issues with her, she had a village. She was a part of a village. She helped build villages because she knew the struggles of what it was like to be that single parent. And I feel like in schools, we have to be a team no matter what, regardless of the fact, like, this is something random. But it goes with what I'm about to our topic. The other day I was at work yesterday and one teacher was like, "Do you guys know where I can go find some more name tags?" I was like, "Oh yeah, go ask so and so." And she was like, "Okay, thanks so much." Simple. We buy extras anyways. They have packs of what is it like? I think you get like it's 100 crayons. Is that what it is? I think you get like packs of 100 or something crayons. It's like we can divvy it out, yeah, but like it's gonna benefit your child at the end of the day. All of this is to help your kid all together. So I guess to wrap it up here with our topic for today, the villages exist. You just you have people that's just not kind enough to want to be a part of that village, but
Villages are they definitely still exist, but when you ask for a village, you can't just pick and choose the parts of the village I think that you want.
yeah.
And I think it's important when you are building a village to make sure that it's with people that are actually going to contribute, not just take from the village. And also, the main point we're making here is stop complaining about buying school supplies. Y'all, this comes around every year. This should not be an argument that y'all have every single year.
Every year.
And buy the damn pencils.
Yep.
Buy the extra crayons. Buy the extra glue sticks. It's not going to kill you. If you ain't got it to give, this ain't about you.
Yep.
But other people pitching in when they can and adding on does help those who can't, who don't have. Because at the end of the day, your kids gonna still end up using it whether you bought it or somebody else did. So
I think that's a good way to end this. I agree. That is our closing remarks. Now, in the next couple of weeks, Leah and I both will be beginning our online courses and we have full-time jobs. Okay. So starting in September, because we both start our online classes at the end of this month. So starting in September, we may potentially give you guys only like 1 to 2 live streams like this where we're talking about our like these are our podcast episodes when we go live like this. But just bear with us. We're trying to navigate our new schedules. And now that I'm back at the school full time now, because summer is over, we go back on Monday with the kids. I am going to need time to study. Leah's going to need time to study, and we're going to need time to just decompress from everything. And social media does not put itself on top of our list. It's just not that. Mm-mm.
It's on mine at the top of mine. So I'm just playing.
I still make content, but it ain't going to be on top. And it's going to probably be about 4 or 5. But you got anything else to say, Shalia?
No, just be sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you don't already. We're still working on, well, I haven't started it yet, but we're still working on trying to figure out how to get our podcast on other streaming platforms and whatnot. So for now, we're just on YouTube, but you can still follow us on all of our socials and whatnot. So that you
Yeah.
can post from us individually.
Mm-hmm.
Set up. Not yet. End stream.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching, listening, all that. And we gonna see y'all in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye.
End. StreamYard dash.